Seafood Shack. My massive sidekick and host of Nuts and Unbox Nation, Tyrus. All right. So, Mike Baker, you're a spy, probably still are a spy. What is a bigger concern here? Is it the security breach from Hunter or from Fart Monster?
Well, look, do I think Eric Swalwell is guilty of espionage? No. He's guilty of, stupidity and lack of self-awareness. There's a couple of procedural issues here. One is, I was always under the impression that every member of the House and Senate Intel committees and their staffers had to report any contact with a foreign national, right? If that's not being done, then someone should, an intrepid investigative journalist should ask that question somewhere, because that should be step one. You should also, if you're going to serve on those committees as a staffer or as a politician, you should be subjected to a polygraph. But these are things that happen to the members of the Intel community. So there's no reason why these folks shouldn't have to go through that same thing. But I'm glad, in a sense, that we're talking about it, because for decades the Chinese have been engaged in this sort of activity. This is nothing new. Right? This is decades and decades of very aggressive espionage in this country to steal information, to create agents of influence, to do a variety of things. And for decades, there was no media attention paid to it. There was a lack of public awareness. Nobody wanted to really talk about it. And so only the past 2 or 3 years, in part because of Trump's and the administration's stance against China, we've been discussing it. And so that's a good thing, because that's more important really than one side attacking the other, in a sense. We should just always keep in mind who the bad element is here, and it's the Chinese regime.
Yeah, it's true. The only entity that cared about the danger of honeypots was Winnie the Pooh. Always getting his paws stuck in that jar. Hey, Dave. All right. Dave, Tyrus's face is absolutely disgusting right now. Dave, isn't a big story the centering of the story, what they did with the Hunter Biden story to win an election?
Yes, absolutely. And Greg, you know that I'm a learned man. I'm an educated man, and I've even got the fake newsman glasses to prove it. And let me tell you something, now that I look like a smart man, which is that not only do these people lie about everything that they're doing and project all of these things. I mean, in 1993, I took Psych 101 at SUNY Binghamton. I understand what these people are up to. But yes, the censorship is the much bigger issue. The fact that for a month before the election, it was only us right-wing maniacs on Fox News who dared to talk about the Hunter Biden story. And as you said, Twitter censored the story. And now they're kind of on mainstream. They're kind of talking about it. Let's not forget NPR, which apparently we the free people fund NPR. I'm not exactly sure why. They even issued a statement before the election saying why they wouldn't talk about the Hunter Biden story. So we are in an avalanche of BS, my friend.
Yes, but at least now, I think Americans can see the avalanche, Pat. We now, we can't trust anybody anymore. I think the entire nation has been red-pilled.
You can't trust anybody at all, ever. That's how you get hurt. You need to stay guarded completely so no one can get to you. But Eric Swalwell, he's focusing very much on the leaks. He's very upset about the leaks.
Yes.
And I just don't remember him having that point of view when it came to anything involving the Russia investigation. I also don't understand how it even remotely makes sense that this happened because of, he's too mean to Trump. It's like your own actions had nothing to do with you putting you in this predicament and being so, I don't know. I'm glad you showed the clip of the fart, because this has been a little difficult for me, because when the fart happened, I was not just a defender, but a celebrator of the fart, because I thought it brought us all together despite our division. But now I'm not so sure, because he appears to now be farting out of his mouth, which is taking it a little too far.
Yes, Scott Adams was concerned that perhaps Swalwell will be accusing people of gaslighting.
Yeah,
and we don't want that. We don't want that. No gaslighting.
I get it. It's a fart joke.
Yes, it is. Well, I can't resist.
I too have my learned glasses on because I'm a learned man myself.
but I have to take the glasses off and disagree with everybody on this panel. Okay? This is about espionage. This is about love and having your heart broken. Look at those pictures. He was young. He was impressionable. Here comes this lady telling him he was smart and handsome and laughed at all his jokes. She even got him an intern who would work for free. You know what I'm saying? Like, she hooked him up with car stars on the weekend. She knew a guy who drew cars professionally. Like, you're not looking at this the right way. We always blame the guy. The guy's always the bad guy. Couldn't he be a victim here? Wasn't the spy on his heart? You know, for 8 years they were friends and confidants and buddies and pals. And when she took him to parties that he normally would never be allowed to go, never would have got asked. He never got to be the belle of the ball. He never got to be valedictorian or the king of the prom. And she's doing it, and we want to blame him.
Well, you can be a victim. You can be a victim and still be dumb.
When Adam Schiff writes this screenplay, it'll be the spy on Swalwell's heart. Hallmark.
Last word, Mike. Yeah, Greg, if I can just point something out. First of all, I got a damn pocket square. So obviously, that Trump's laughing when we're talking about who's the smart guy sitting in the room. But to this idea that the media, as advocates of the liberals and the Democrats, ignore this story, there's no better example of sort of the lack of awareness or irony on their part than Swalwell saying that, really, if we talk about his engagement with Fang Fang and the work that the Chinese were doing, then we're actually doing the work of the Chinese by discrediting Swalwell. Again, exactly. Any irony about what they've been doing over 4 years. Yeah. That's actually a surprisingly good point. Hey, all right. Sadly, my live show scheduled for this Sunday at Columbia Speedway in South Carolina has been postponed, obviously for COVID. The UK, April 18th, other shows postponed is going to be scheduled as well for 2021. Nashville will be on August 22nd, far off, and then this October 9th. Wow. Go to tgutfall.com for ticket info. Next, the Dems prove they're even more awful than we thought.
Research shows people remember commercials with nostalgia. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance, here's one that'll really push you back. It's customized home insurance from Liberty Mutual. And you pay for what you need.
When Subaru shares the love, good things happen. Over 64,000 pets supported. Over 2,500 issues granted. Over 2 million years provided. Over 400 national parks protected. In fact, Subaru and our retailers will proudly donate over $200 million to national penitentiaries to Subaru Show the Love Event.
Get 0% for 63 months, and Subaru will donate $250 to charity.
Shoot for 20. That's good.
Derriere discomfort. We try to suit this. Cool this. And believe it, this. New Preparation H Soothing Relief is the 21st century way to do all three. Every day. Preparation H. Feel comfortable with it.
Your typical vacuum has bristles that can leave cleaning gaps like rat hair. Sharp replace them with flexible power pins to directly engage moles dig deep in their carpets. Pick a pore in every pass with no hair rash. Sharp Vertex with dual clean power pins. Here's to the doers. To all the people who realize they can do more with less asthma. Thanks to Dupixent, the add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. Dupixent isn't for sudden breathing problems. It can improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks and help prevent severe asthma attacks. It's not a steroid, but can help reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Dupixent can cause serious allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis. Get help right away
But that's only because of the specific journey that I have been on personally. But this is pretty gross. I mean, look, but it's also gross that it's not that surprising. It's like politicians playing the politics game. You know, it's like they didn't want to give Trump a win because Trump's the other guy in the other party, and you know that's why we need to end the two-party system. But yes, I can tell you things way more gross that are not appropriate to the air that have happened to me today.
And you had left the passport box out here.
I'm afraid to ask. Charlie, is there anything that we can
Which
do?
passport box?
I mean, like, this seems so egregious to me.
Oh,
but
that's
it's like we just
what
have to
Biden
accept that it
had.
happens.
Wow.
No, the two things we can do, unfortunately, we can't do. One, term limits to get this type of individuals out. And two, qualified immunity. So when they make their little decisions and decide to be patient and people lose lives and jobs and public property and don't protect cities that are being burned down by peaceful protesters, they would be fiscally and criminally responsible. So nobody in the Senate or the House would be sitting around going, I don't feel like we need to get this done or they're going to come after us. We're going to get sued. You know, why don't they donate their paychecks or give up their health care? Like, there's a lot we can do. The problem is how do we do it? Like, this is exactly why. Pelosi is the first one to tell you, you know, she's not going to wear a mask to get her hair done, and she doesn't mind if the business that she got her hair done in gets destroyed, as long as she gets her hair done. Like, this is what we have.
Yes. And she won't admit that.
Yeah. That is true. That's true. So, Mikey, if that first bill had been approved, it was like $2 trillion. Millions of lives would have been improved. The Dems knew that, but they also realized that could help Trump. So they had to weigh it. They weighed like, okay, we have all these Americans that could be helped, but it also helps Trump. Screw them. I mean, that's amazing.
I suppose it's amazing. I don't find it amazing anymore. After I've been around on the planet long enough to watch how dysfunctional Washington is. I agree 100% with Tyrus. I've been banging on about term limits forever. It's never going to happen, unfortunately. But look, anybody who thinks that Pelosi and Schumer weren't playing politics with the COVID relief bill is an absolute moron, right? Or you're just, you know, you're just being willfully ignorant. And so I agree with the idea that this is gross. I don't think anything's going to come of it because now we're moving into an administration that Washington loves the status quo. We've got a media that acts as advocates for what's coming up next. And so, you know, I'm going to let my mind wander to things that are more gross than this.
Hit me up. Hit me up.
Yeah.
A life
Hey,
without my
Pat,
paper.
can you text me some of that gross stuff,
I
please?
will. Believe me. How much time do you have?
You just send some pictures.
Save it for your memoir, Kat.
You know my number.
Save it for your memoir. All right. Up next. Do you feel like breaking the law? Well, I just know exactly where to do it.
Bring home IHOP's Holiday Family Feast or fall in love with seasonal pancakes like new milk and cookies. Come in or get a $0 delivery fee with Uber Eats from IHOP.
Let's be honest. Quitting smoking is hard. Like quitting every Monday hard. Quitting feels so big. So try making it smaller, and you'll be surprised at how easily starting small can lead to something big. Start stopping with Nicorette.
I have an idea for a trade.
Oh yeah, you gonna place it?
Until I'm sure.
Why don't you call TD Ameritrade for a strategy gut check?
What's that?
You run it by an expert, you talk about the risk and potential profit and loss.
Should have used that before I hired my interior decorator.
Voila.
Maybe a couple of throat pillows would help.
Get a strategy gut check from our trade desk.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. I started by using the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean Sea, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable. My Giza sheets also include full 21-inch wide pillowcases that will fit over any pillow and deep pocket sheets that will fit over any mattress. The first night you sleep on my sheets, you'll never want to sleep on anything else.
Call or go online now to take advantage of Mike's Christmas special. Use your promo code, and for a limited time, when you buy one set of sheets, you'll get another set absolutely free. And Mike will extend his money-back guarantee until March 1st, 2021. Order from a variety of colors and solids and new flannel sheets. And don't forget to get your MyPillow gift card for the best Christmas gift ever. Order now.
Once weekly Ozempic is helping many people with type 2 diabetes like Emily lower their blood sugar. A majority of adults who took Ozempic reached an A1C under 7 and maintained it.
Here's your A1C.
Oh, my A1C is under 7.
And you may lose weight. Adults who took Ozempic lost on average up to 12 pounds.
I lost almost 12 pounds. Oh!
For those also with known heart disease, Ozempic lowers the risk of major cardiovascular events such as heart attack, stroke, or death.
It lowers the risk.
Oh?
And I only have to take it once a week.
Oh.
Ozempic is not for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Do not share needles or pens. Don't reuse needles. Do not take Ozempic if you have a personal or family history of medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you are allergic to Ozempic. Stop taking Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, itching, rash, or trouble breathing. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Tell your doctor if you have diabetic retinopathy or vision changes. Taking Ozempic with sulfonylurea or insulin may increase low blood sugar risk. Common side effects are nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, and constipation. Some side effects can lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
Once weekly Ozempic is helping me reach my blood sugar goal.
You may pay as little as $25 for a 1-month or 3-month prescription. Ask your healthcare provider today about once weekly Ozempic.
Live from America's News Headquarters, I'm Ashley Strohmeyer. The first doses of the Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine are expected to arrive to the states on Monday, and it's marking a new phase in the pandemic and one of the most complicated missions in the nation's history. UPS and FedEx trucks are expected to hit the road Sunday morning. The rivals are working together to ship the vaccine to distribution centers. This is the first of several vaccines in the pipeline to an approval from the federal government. And country music fans are mourning the death of Charlie Pride. He was country music's first black superstar and the first black member of the Country Music Hall of Fame. His more than 50 top 10 hits included Kiss an Angel, Good Morning, and Is Anybody Going to San Antonio? Pride died today from coronavirus complications. He was 86. I'm Ashley Strohmeyer. Now back to the Greg Gutfeld Show.
With penalties that are minimal, LA is perfect for criminals. Incoming LA District Attorney, a lefty from SF named George Gascon, is promising new so-called criminal reforms. He promises not to prosecute the following offenses. Trespassing, disturbing the peace, driving without a license, and loitering to commit prostitution, or what I call walking the dog in Bryant Park at 3 a.m. Gascon also said he would end cash bail, sentencing enhancements, and prosecuting juveniles as adults. Oh, and this one more thing, resisting arrest. You can do that now, too. So why bother calling them crimes if you won't criminalize them? The LA Police Union thinks the new policy is nuts, which means it will fit in perfectly in California. But if it's okay to trespass now, I suggest you get some protection, like my bodyguard, Gus. He inspects everything. I had that same feeling with my earbuds. Tyrus, is this just a more effective way of destroying law enforcement? Everybody was worried. I had that same feeling with my earbuds. Tyrus, is this just a more effective way of destroying law enforcement? Everybody was worried about defunding the police. But what if you just made it so that they didn't have to do their job anymore? Or they couldn't do their job anymore?
Trespassing. Well, then I guess the plan is to get rid of probable cause, even if probable cause is blatant, like trespassing. Hey, what do you got to do? You can't ask me that, officer. And I can resist. So the goal, apparently the goal originally